I have no clue about podcasts.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I love it. You couldn't talk to Moritz before the coffee. It's not about not having tourists on the island. I think it's more like having a better quality of tourists.
Mhm.
Welcome to Unfiltered with Silvia, the podcast from Nine Coliving. Dive into the nomad life and explore Tenerife. Connect with our amazing community and enjoy the local island vibe. Expect honest conversations and unexpected questions. Stay curious, stay unfiltered. Hi everyone! Today we have my special first guest, Moritz.
Hello.
Hi Moritz! Moritz from Berlin loves Italian food and he loves also doing sport. Very loyal to the things he likes in terms of everything, in terms of clothes, activities, everything, super loyal. Places, he comes to Nine a few times a year and
Yes.
you plan your year in advance.
Yes.
That's you, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So welcome, Moritz.
Thank you.
You know the structure of the podcast is first you have to give me a gift.
Okay. Well, luckily there was. I have a gift by coincidence, so I give it to you now.
You see, because it's very structured.
Yeah.
Let's see what it is. I love it! You made a really good decision.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I love it. I don't know if where did you choose this?
First, I like it, but I also thought I remember that you also like this plant, and it's very typical Canarian.
Yeah, I mean it's not from here, but many things are not from here.
Yeah.
Like they were imported for like 100 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember how it's called right now in English. But a nice thing of this is also it has several lives. So when these leaves are not healthy anymore, you can open this thing here, and then you get new flowers.
Ah, okay.
It's called Estelisia, no. Well, whatever. I will share the name. Flor del Dragón. Thank you.
My
Okay,
pleasure.
because it's my first gift, because Annie actually really bring me a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the ranking is the best gift.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Let's see. So right now, you're the winner.
Okay.
Great. I like this. Second, I would like to always tell how did we meet, Moritz?
Yes. So the first time I came, I mean, I don't remember that correctly, I would say.
Okay.
But I had, first when I came, I had some questions before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think through a friend who addressed this, and I guess you were involved. And then I guess I definitely remember you when we did the first family dinner because you helped me. And Johannes.
Yeah, true. The
Yeah.
2 Germans and me.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great beginning, and it was so much fun, and there was a very good group atmosphere just from the start, and you seem to be, organizing a lot, and at least this is how I remember it. I don't remember the exact day.
I don't remember the exact day either. But yeah, I do remember we met here. And at the beginning, it was like, I don't know if he will be my friend. But now we are really good friends, actually. I consider you one of my friends. So,
Thank you.
yeah, my pleasure. And yeah, we met here some years ago at Nine, through also, thanks to a friend in common we have, that she was at Nine, they were at Nine, and that's how we met. Okay, perfect. So now let's go to the questions. I have some questions, some basic, some maybe more to think. I told you, right? And some maybe I want your opinion. So everyone who is listening to us, like it's a lot of people, can also think about it. So, Moritz, have you been in other colleagues? Actually, I don't know.
Yes, I have been to Sun & Co. in Habea. And I mean, I went there after I've been to Nine, because I heard so many good things about it. And I mean, it was indeed actually a very nice co-living, and the people were great. It was a very nice house.
It was, and I was like, Moritz.
No, but it's also in Spain. So for me, there were quite a lot of similarities, but I missed a bit the Tenerife and Canarian, views, and Tenerife is a bit warmer. So that is, that was my first experience then in another co-living in Southern Coast.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
But I think I look forward to also experiencing more co-livings.
Do you have some in mind?
I always wanted to go to the Arctic Lounge, but I think they closed. They are on the Lofoten Islands off the coast of Norway, or like in Norway. But unfortunately, they are closed because I really like the Scandinavian countries.
Landscape and everything.
Yeah, and I guess something different would be nice. So maybe co-living in Italy, or maybe to Bulgaria, where some people are going to, or maybe more intercontinentally. But I don't know yet. I will see.
Yeah, you have to plan it.
Yeah.
Not for this year, then.
Not for this year.
Okay. Okay, and what's the impact that Nine did in your life? It's a deep question.
Yeah, it's a deep question. I think it was definitely quite a revelation to come here. Also to live here, or to at least spend some time here with some people, and it became quite like a family, like very unexpectedly, with people that you meet regularly, that you stay in touch. So my heart is a bit divided between Germany and here, and that's something unexpected, and that I'm very happy about. It's definitely quite a lifestyle.
Yeah, I in my first podcast with Arne, you were one of the people we mentioned about how we feel Nine changed your, not life, but a little bit your way of being. Because I think when I remember like the Moritz that I met, in that times where many people came to Nine, spent a lot of time together for a long time, I think you were more like, I don't know, correct. Like, I don't know, you were different a little bit. You were even more serious, more like sad. And I always joke like you couldn't talk to Moritz before the coffee.
Well,
now I feel, but I feel now at least you try.
Yes.
Like you try to smile even before the coffee.
Yes.
I know I won't have these deep talks with you, but I do feel a change in your way of being, in your mood. You're super open, easygoing, very, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like more the stuff. I don't know if it comes with the age or with the experience of after being many times here, but I really like how you are now.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
And of course, the pandemic also changes a lot to many of us. We met many people. I don't know what this we'll talk a little bit about later. So now we said what Nine brought to you, but also what contribution you think you can bring to our community, to Nine, for example, or to the community.
Yeah, I think first of all, of course, to spend time with the people in a normal daily way. I think that's always nice because you get to know people without having a pressure to perform in any way. You just sit at dinner or breakfast and you just blurb out your thoughts and discuss them. That's nice for yourself, but it's also nice for other people because you always broaden your mind. Because often when you live by yourself and not in a co-living, you often try to reconfirm your own preferences. So which people you like, which people you meet, and you reproduce this all the time. So it's very hard to actually broaden your horizon. But here there are certain things that are outside of your own individual decision.
You're totally right.
So people just come and you meet them and you have to make it work to some extent, of course. And that's very nice. I think that is something that you cannot have when you live your own individual Western life, which is a bit broken, I think. And I think co-living, probably it was different 100 years ago, or maybe 150 years ago, I think, before, or like, I mean, until the Industrial Revolution, it was probably very, very different. And I mean, the human species has existed for such a long time, and people are not used to live in this prosperity, their big houses and big homes, and be all by themselves. I mean, I think it makes us sad. And I think co-livings are very important to change it a little bit, at least. So that's why I think it's very important. And what you else can do, I mean, what I really like is cooking for people if I have the time, because that's, I mean, I love cooking, and it's a great service, and it also usually is a nice, common experience that is shared. And
I support this.
Yeah.
You cook very good.
Thank you.
That's also something you got with the years now.
Yeah.
But I think that's not related to Nine. That's related to other things.
Yeah.
Like that you are cooking better,
Yeah.
especially Italian food.
Yes, especially Italian. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, well, skill shares are also a nice way.
Yeah, I think you also know about a lot about history, and you can always share not history, but many things that I don't know, like cultural, historic facts, and about politics as well. And I'm always very glad to listen your opinion, and when you are sharing this information that for example, I don't know. So that's something I think you can always contribute. But yeah, cooking, Parmigiana. Okay, great. What traits, that this word you taught me the last week, traits, not traits.
Traits, yeah.
You think you have that it comes a little bit with your nationality?
I would say I can plan quite ahead, and I'm very structured. So I guess that comes from being German. Yeah, but I mean, I like it. It's worthwhile.
Yeah, no, I'm not judging. It's
no. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, this is just culturally. Sometimes, it's observable with German people that they often do that.
Do you think you're very, I don't know how to say, very mente cerrada, we say, like closed, not open-minded? The opposite?
You're close-minded? No, I don't think
close-minded.
so. I mean, I'm structured, but I'm not necessarily close-minded. I like new experiences. I like to try new things. So I don't think so. Just because you're structured doesn't mean you're close.
Yeah. But sometimes I have the impression some Germans think things have to be done in a certain way, and that's the right way. We always think the way we do things are the right one.
That's true.
That's true. But sometimes we are more flexible, well, maybe this way, and then you get
I mean, yes. I mean, there is some arrogance in German people. I mean, we truly believe we know it better.
Yeah.
I guess.
You think you're like this?
I mean, I think every German has a bit in itself, because I think our school system socializes us in a way where you have to be the smartest to get the most praise. And if you're not the smartest, it's shameful. Not necessarily that this is a bad thing. School is in itself not, a moral instance in our lives. But I mean, especially when you're young, you're so easily influenced by this.
Yeah.
So everyone strives to be knowledgeable and to know it and to do it well. So it's very deeply ingrained in our cultural DNA. It's hard to get out, but I guess when you become aware of it and you sometimes relax.
Yeah. Especially when you're traveling.
Yeah.
And so, as you said, surrounded by people of different nationalities, you learn a lot. And then
No.
Good reply. Okay, we're halfway.
Yeah, okay.
This is one random question. It's like this type of questions that sometimes I do in the lunches. And I don't know if it really makes sense. But what I wrote is, do you consider yourself trendy? I mean, I don't think so. But for example, also how trendy people is for you. And I know what I'm going to say right now. It would be super polemic because people at Nine, sometimes it's trendy.
Yeah.
For example, some people, I think it is vegan, practice yoga, and say the word mindfulness because it's just trendy, but maybe they don't even like yoga or they don't even want to be vegan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a bit polemic.
I mean, this is...
I think you're the opposite of being trendy.
Okay, yeah. I guess. I mean, so I guess your question is what I think about that, or?
Yeah, or how trendy people is for you. For example, what I can say also, I feel right now trendy people are those who are wearing these glasses like cyclist people.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, they wear these glasses even though they don't
That's true.
cycle anymore. They like there is a type of what you say, moderno, like you're trendy. You are not. You don't
Yeah.
have your own personality, even though you think so.
I mean, I don't really have a strong opinion on this. I don't really mind it.
Okay.
I think, but at least what comes up in my mind is usually I think about it. And if there's a reason or there's a function to something, then why not? I mean, if you go vegan because you get less digestion problems, why not? If you go vegan because you want to contribute to reduce climate change, well, why not? It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think as long as people really think about it, what they are doing, I find it really fine.
No.
But I mean, of course, like we live in a liberal society, and I also like to continue to live in a liberal society. So there needs to be, of course, also a liberal understanding, even if you are convinced of your moral behavior is maybe better than of others. You should be calm and chill enough to let other people be as well.
Yeah, very nice. Apart from Tenerife, where do you feel you always want to come back?
I mean, of course, my home, which is in Dresden, because I grew up there. I still have some friends there. My parents are there, and it will always be, of course, my childhood place. So that's.
So Tenerife and Dresden.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, yeah. I mean, Berlin is also great, but yeah, Dresden is definitely has more emotional value to me.
It's
even though it's, of course, it's part of Saxony. Politically, it's a difficult place.
See?
But when I think about it, I think of my parents' place, growing up there, being in the garden, being outside, eating, certain cakes we have in the
It's
region.
your happiness place.
Yeah. Cycling around or these things. So that's definitely nice.
Nice. I know this question, but let's share with everyone. Which room at Nine is your favorite and why?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's Ethan. That's clear. I think
so it's also my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I have experienced quite a lot of rooms. Not every one of them, but I think I've been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've been in 6 rooms. So I guess that's half or 2/3 of where you can sleep. And in my opinion, that's the best.
Yeah.
Because you're next to the garden, you have the beautiful sun. When the sun rises, it's very calm. You only hear the birds. That actually can wake you. So
it's a nice way of
and it's large. Yeah,
close to the kitchen, but not close.
Yes,
super close.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's the best. And also, I feel if one day someone comes to steal, like to rob in the house, I think it's quite safe, that room. Like it's far from the main door. Also, if they come from another door, they will go maybe first to Miranda.
Yeah.
And you can always jump in the garden.
I can jump in the garden.
I think it's the best.
That's what I thought about the most, actually. Yeah, that's the true reason.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. What do you know about the Canarian culture? Do you know anything?
I know a little bit, I think, but probably not enough. So I haven't read in advance anything, or I wasn't aware of anything, but I got some little bits and pieces. So, I mean, I was sometimes you see symbols of the Wanches, the
Aborigines,
the indigenous, original indigenous people. I think what I've understood so far that they were largely also annihilated by the Spanish Empire, but it's long time ago, eons, like
Spanish people.
Yeah, when during the height of the Spanish Empire, and you sometimes see that. I think in certain parks, it's in this one park in Santa Cruz, and also once visited like a museum in La Laguna, and also the different phases, what economic goods actually the Canarians produced throughout the Industrial Revolution. That was quite interesting. So, I mean, it's been a long time that the Canarian Islands are part of Spain. And often when you talk about, with people, you say you go to the Canarian Islands. And then nobody thinks, like everyone thinks that's Europe. And on a national level, I think that's probably true. But I guess it's nevertheless a different continent.
It is. We are in Africa, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking lately, that because I'm from here, I think I will bring this, I want to bring the Canarian culture closer to you. I really want to start like proposing activities, maybe even doing skill shares about this. And then you can always ampliar, like make it wider, the information. But for example, we do have our own folklore, our own music, special sports, like lucha canaria, the Canarian fight, and our own dancing. Like some people here say, like, we're going to see flamenco show, which is super nice. And we have really good flamenco dancers here. I was also learning flamenco, but the truth is we also have our own dancing, like Canaria, which is beautiful. And I think if I don't put it in value, who's gonna do it? So I think it's maybe you also appreciate if I start sharing things about Canarians. So also we have our own dialect, the way of saying things. So I'm gonna start sharing this very, very soon.
That's a great idea.
I always like to bring up a topic maybe that I am worried about, or I just realized and thought. So what I made a note here, it's about the Germans on the island. Tenerife is, of course, a famous destination for Germans for many years. And also Germans have moved here for many, many, many years now. So I have some data. In 2023, we received a total of how do I say it? 773,500 whatever German tourists, where we are 940,000 residents. Germans are the third biggest nationality of tourists on the island. I was surprised. I thought it was like the first or the second, but no, it's the third.
And it also differs, I think, because tourist is one thing. Foreign residents is another, because foreign residents, I think it's Italians and Venezuelans.
Italians are the most. So but definitely it's a big amount of people. You as a German, how do you feel when you come here and you see so many Germans? You like it? You also go to these German bars where they only speak German. Or also have you thought about the impact that this could have on the island and the local people? Like, do you have a thought and opinion about it? Or
I mean, of course I do.
Of course you do. Please be open, because I of course have my opinion, which is not necessarily like bad, but of course I've seen in the last year that the number of people has increased a lot. The traffic and everything. I don't care about the nationality, and I really like Germans in general. But of course, it has an impact.
I mean, I think that, but that's probably valid for many Germans. I don't like to hang out with other Germans necessarily. Like, I like to hang out with international people that are not German. But I think this is just how we usually brought up in Germany. I think the other people are usually more interesting than your own people, and I don't need to meet other Germans because I've seen that long enough. But when it comes to tourism, well, I mean, of course, there is some individual responsibility for people coming here to behave according to the law and according to normal standards, right? And I think this is what you can ask for, and hopefully most of people do that. But I think the biggest, like, what is the responsibility of the German people and what is the responsibility of well, the Canarian people and the Canarian government, or maybe by extension the Spanish government, the standards and the law and all the rules pertaining to tourism on this island is decided by the government. The government is elected by the people. And Spain and the Canarians are a functioning democracy. So there is a lot of responsibility with the people who they elect and with the government. But also in a sense, if you want to have strong regulation, you need to campaign for it, you need to form a majority and bring this through. But I have no clue about the political landscape in the Canarian Islands and also the Spanish government, but I can imagine it's a very diverse landscape because there's probably people that benefit a lot on the Canarian Islands, that have capital, that are invested in hotels, that have houses, they rent out an Airbnb, or rent out other things. And of course, they make money. They make good money. They make money on the level that, Westerners pay, especially, in the South, the prices are way higher. So you can also charge way higher. And so that, you also get money through this. So it's a difficult equation. And in the end, of course, it would be better probably to have less tourism for the island, for preserving nature. But there needs to be also like the common undertaking that is, of course, being allowed by the Spanish government, but also then, pushed forward by the Canarian government, for example, to have a higher tourism tax or whatever potentials. Because, this is nothing specific to the Canarian Islands.
Yeah, it happened.
All the major Western capitals suffer from over-tourism. Barcelona, incredibly high tourism, but also all the other, like Amsterdam, Paris, London. This is everywhere. Like, I think all of Europe, especially like the old sites, but I guess also, the nice warm places like the Canarian Islands, suffer from over-tourism. And ideally, you make it in a way that you preserve liberty. So you only regulate with prices, like people have to pay more. And this money goes maybe to nature preservation or some form of social justice.
I will talk more about all of this in the next. I will have a podcast with Rebecca. She's a host here and she also lives here. And we're going to talk especially about all of this. I think you're super right in everything you said. Thank you. Yeah, the politicals here, so we chose them for sure. I didn't vote the government that it's right now. I think many people vote based on other priorities, maybe. But many young people, especially, we are complaining a lot about the situation because you can feel it in the traffic, in our quality life, many aspects. And we are also asking for this tourism tax to be able to preserve more like our natural, because it's not the same as city, as could be London, Amsterdam, whatever, than this island that you either build more or you don't build more, but you have to, in a certain way, regulate and protect the locals. And right now the government, what is the only thing they are doing every day, and you find out news every day, is protecting the tourism instead of the locals. And it's very hard for us. So right now I feel there is a feeling of not hate, but not a really healthy relationship with people coming from abroad, many times from locals. And I do agree, like, it's not about not having tourists on the island. We're always super welcoming of people. I think it's more like having a better quality of tourists. That's why I feel like Nine, it's a really good place to come to stay. The type of people who come to Nine, it's people who really appreciate the island and you really want to do a positive impact. So that's something I'm thinking a lot lately because of my part on the island, because I know there are many problems in the world, and when I ask for this issue, people is like, whatever, there are wars in the world and everything, but I live here, I see this problem every day. Many friends, like they cannot pay the rent, so that's why I'm starting bringing this topic up.
I mean, it is,
because I think it's important to be aware. Sometimes digital nomads live on this bubble, and we don't really talk about what's going on. And I think it's very important.
Yeah, it's very important, definitely. I mean, I think also of course, cities are different, but also Berlin has a similar experience.
But you have a tourist rate tax or not?
I have no clue, probably. But also, like, Berlin suffers from pushing out people that have been living there and they have to leave. So, I mean, this is part also like of the city life. Of course, you're on the mainland. There's more space to move out, right? It's maybe less harsh, but I think it's just this is our current times, and it's. I mean, that we as a human beings we can move so easily now.
Especially after pandemic, right? That's something we really wanted to.
Yeah, and now we can move so easily by plane, and all of us, and we can afford it. This becomes a burden on the planet, and also, I guess, for the people that are in different places where you basically become a tourist. I think it's a very difficult decision because you also, of course, want to preserve cultural exchange. That is, and then it's the question. How can you do that? How much is good? How much is too much? Who decides that? It's a very... I don't know.
Yeah, so my goal for this year at Nine will be first bringing the Canarian culture closer to all of you, to put it in value. And second thing, to start bringing all these topics to see how we can do a positive impact on the island. To be aware also because sometimes you come here and you don't know what's going on. It's very hard sometimes to see if we are part of a problem. We never like to see us as part of a problem in any sense in life. And if we are part of a problem, how can we maybe deal with this? What can we do? What's our implication? And I think, like, for example, you was buying local, and there are certain things we can choose to reduce this impact.
I guess it would be good to know what an individual tourist can do.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's also not always clear. Where can you buy local? Where can you support the local economy? What are very locally run hotels or co-livings? Where
I have an idea. I'm local. If you give money to me, I promise. No, but I will work on this. I promise. Okay, we're almost done. The only thing I do to finish, it's called 9 rapid fires. So you have to quickly reply to 2 things.
Good.
Very easy, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Moritz, pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
Tennis or climbing?
Climbing.
Italy or Germany?
Italy.
Outlook or Gmail?
What?
Outlook?
Outlook.
Okay. Olives or not olives?
Olives.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Ebook or book?
Book.
Festival or house party?
Festival.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Okay, done?
Wonderful. Well done.
Anna also asked me to ask you, Anna Tadini, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Yeah, I knew. And why you didn't go to visit her yet? Think about it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, she came in later. It's still sunny.
Yeah, that's true. We are done. How do you feel it?
Yeah, it was a great interview. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, it was
a
good,
lot of fun.
right?
Yeah.
How do you rank it? From 1, no one will listen it, this is a shit, or 10 people will stay until the end, they will like it, they will...
Yeah, I think it's an 8.
I think
I have no clue about podcasts, but I think it was definitely...
I have no clue. No, but I think it's a 9.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, because we can always do it better,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're done. If you like it, if you want to say something, comment, and because I love this part, it's where I feel like influencer. And give love. Ciao. Done?
Well done.
Good, no?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for more unfiltered conversations. If you like this episode, make sure you give us a 5-star review and follow us on social media for more.